Shalom, Israel, shalom, shalom. It's your brother Ari with H.O.I Las Vegas with another episode of the Cart Chronicles, man. That's what I'm naming it now. Cart Chronicles, man. We at the plantation with it. About to bring these scriptures, right? And this one is for the OT only, man. That OT only doctrine. A lot of our people is bugged out, man. Don't know what's going on, man. They say Christ wasn't mentioned in the Old Testament, right? They say Yahweh wasn't mentioned, right? Who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, right? He said he wasn't mentioned, man. But we're gonna get into it, right? We're gonna read. Let's go to the book of Isaiah, chapter 53. We're gonna go to Isaiah 53 and 1. And we'll start at 2. Isaiah 53 and 2, and it reads, "For he shall grow up before him as a tender plant, and as a root out of a dry ground. He have no form nor comeliness. And when we shall see him, there is no beauty that we should desire him. He is despised and rejected of man." Now this is going into a future prophecy, right? This is going into the New Testament when Yahweh showed up, right? Verse 3, "He is despised and rejected of man, a man of sorrow, and acquainted with grief. And we hid as it were our face from him. He was despised, and we esteemed him not." Right? And that's and you can read about that where when he was despised and we rejected him and stuff in John 1:10 and 11, right? He was despised and we esteemed him not. Surely he have borne our griefs and carried our sorrows, yet we did not esteem him stricken, smitten of God, and afflicted. Verse 5, "But he was wounded for our transgressions," right? "He was bruised for our iniquities, and chastisement of our peace was upon him, and with his stripes we are healed." Right? This is talking about Christ, man. This ain't talking about nobody else. And if you talking about, I heard somebody say, "Oh, this talking about Israel." You bugged out, man. We ain't gotta read no more, right? We ain't gotta explain nothing no more, man. If you don't get it, you just don't get it. Like, that's over with. All right, we reading on. Verse 6. All we like sheep have gone astray. We have turned every one to his own way, and the Lord have laid on him the iniquities of us all. Right? He was oppressed and he was afflicted, yet he opened not his mouth. He is brought as a lamb to the slaughter, and as a sheep before her shears is dumb, so he opened not his mouth. He was taken from prison and from judgment, and who shall declare his generations? For he was cut out. Salakia, hold on. Can't hardly see. For he was cut off out of the land of the living. For the transgressions of my people was he stricken. Right. So Yahweh came down and he went through all he went through for us, man. Right? For our transgressions, for our iniquities, the things that we was doing, right? He came down here and sacrificed himself for us. Right? Verse 9. "And he made his grave with the wicked and with the rich in his death, because he had done no violence, neither was any deceit in his mouth. Verse 10, yet it pleased the Lord to bruise him. He have put him to grief. When thou shalt make his soul an offering for sin. Hey, this is playing upon tables, man. You know, he shall see his seed, he shall prolong his days, and the pleasure of the Lord shall prosper in his hand. He shall see of the travail of his soul, and shall be satisfied by his knowledge. By his knowledge shall my righteous servant justify many, meaning us all, the 12 tribes of Israel, right? For he shall bear their iniquities. Therefore will I divide him a portion with the great, and he shall divide the spoil with the strong, because he have poured out his soul unto death, and he was numbered with the transgressors, and he bare the sins of many, and made intercession for the transgressors. Right, so at the end of the day, this ain't talking about nothing but Yahweh by Shem Yahushai. This talking about Yahushai, man, period. You can't get around that. You know, so the OT only doctrine, that's, hey man, you don't know what you're talking about. You don't know what you're reading. You don't understand the scriptures. You're lost. You lost out here, right? You don't know what's going on. And I'm gonna just put that out there, man. You don't know what's going on. You know, but as far as me trying to go back and forth with people that believe that, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not going back and forth with you. If you don't see what I see, hey, look, the Lord He's not revealing that to you right now. You know what I mean? Not saying that he won't do it, you know, later on down the line, you know, Lord willing, but you know, it is what it is. I'm reading it on paper. It is what it is. If you can't correlate that with the New Testament when Christ showed up, hey, I don't know what to tell you, man. Ain't no contradiction in this book, man. Like, it ain't no contradiction. So don't try to force it. People try to force contradiction just because they're saying something is contradicting. The Bible is contradicting itself because they don't understand the scriptures. You're reading something and you don't understand. You don't know how to break it down. So you say, oh, it's a contradictory right here because you don't understand it. That's all it is, right? But with that, keep reading, praying, fasting, studying, staying diligent, stay abounded in the work of the Lord. Stay 10 toes down for the Lord because he 10 toes down for us. He gave us another 24. We have to take advantage of the Most High's blessing each and every morning, right? He's giving us blessings each and every day. What are we doing for him? You have to ask yourself that. What are you doing for the Lord each and every day? Are you waking up and doing absolutely nothing? Or are you putting in the brick? Are you putting in work and showing him that you really appreciate the opportunity to draw closer to him and to come back to him, man? Right? Because that's very important, man. We have to continue to examine ourselves, figure out what the heck we doing wrong, seeing how we can work on ourselves and make ourselves better, you know, in this walk. These are things that we need to be working on daily, right? Examining yourselves daily, man, trying to figure this thing out. See where your mess ups are, right? See what you can fix about yourself. See what you can tweak your routine each and every day. If you're not reading, if you're reading one scripture a day, hey, throw in another or one chapter a day, throw in another two, another one, you know, and keep building up. You know, next thing you know, you're reading whole books, right? And remember, this ain't a race. This is a marathon, right? You got to endure until the end. Don't force this thing. Don't try to come into this truth. You come into this truth and you're trying to learn every single little thing. No, look, start with the milk. It starts with the milk of the scriptures. You start off at learning the law, Then that way, by the time you get to Paul's writings and all of that, you'll know what's going on, man. Then you won't be lost out here, right? Because you go straight to the meat, man. You gonna get choked up, man. You gonna mess around and die, man. In the spirit, right? You ain't gonna know what's going on in the scriptures, right? So that's why it's important to stay in the milk when you first get in, and you can't go wrong, man. When you stay with that milk and just work your way up, build your way up, man, and Lord willing, he starts to reveal and open up your understanding, man. Give you that wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, man, that you can see these scriptures. Then you start going into the dark sayings, the parables, the mysteries, man, the secrets. Then you start to get familiar with those, and you start to understand them, man, because the Lord, he'll see that you're sincere about learning. He'll see that you're sincere about really getting to know him, follow his laws, statutes, and commandments to the best of your abilities. And then he'll see that, and then he'll give you that, and he'll give you that insight, man. He'll open up that wisdom, knowledge, and understanding to you, to where you'll understand these scriptures. You'll read them and be like, dang, man, I read that before, but now I understand it. That's because the Lord he took that veil off of your eyes, man. A lot of our people got that veil over their eyes, and they're out here debating and trying to tell people, oh, you're doing this wrong, you're doing that wrong, but they don't understand the scriptures. They don't know what's going on. It's them that's blinded, right? You know what's going on. They just don't see it, right? That's why I don't get into debates and stuff. I stay humble, man. I stay humble. Humble is key. Don't get too high and mighty in this truth where you can't learn no more. A lot of our people get in this on these damn stages, man. And they get too high and mighty where they think they know every damn thing. Hey, stay humble, right? Just stay humble, because it's gonna come. Everything's gonna come. You just stay humble. The Lord is gonna give you that increase. He's gonna open up that wisdom, knowledge, and understanding to you. Take that veil off your eyes, and He gonna give you all of that. But the key to it is staying humble, man. That's the key. With that, I love y'all. Shalom. Giving all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. And Shalom.